Hey, how you guys doing? This is Lopez detailing, servicing the A1A Valley. Today, we're gonna talk about the dark side of detailing. If you guys wanna know how to detail, stay tuned to this whole video, guys. I'm gonna show you guys how to start detailing.
The dark side of detailing, man. What's something that you don't really see other detailers talking about?
We're hitting the winter time already, so it's like wind's gonna slow you guys back. If you guys doing an interior detail, the wind's gonna bug you guys, always gonna be dirty, so you guys gonna have to work per section with the doors closed before you guys get the car dirty again.
Now, for winter, are you experiencing a lot of cancellations and reschedules?
Oh, no, I'm sometimes canceling, bro, because I don't wanna rip off my clients by trying to book them in a windy day, and it's not gonna work out for me when I'm gonna be doing twice the work and I'm gonna be wasting chemicals. So I try to, like, sometimes, let's say, if it's too windy, for an example, on Monday I had a couple clients, but I canceled them because it was so windy, bro, like to the point when I even stepped out, like it was not worth it. Like it literally wasn't worth it. Try to rip out my clients, trees flying around, not trees, but like let's say dust, trees start flying around because it's so windy, man. And it's winter time, everything's kind of drying up, you know? And it's like, there's no point for me to book clients during the time when it's not gonna be good for me. At the end of the day, I'm not really gaining anything when I'm doing twice the work.
All right, Oliver, what's the second thing you want to talk about?
Low ballers, man. So there's always gonna be low ballers, man. Like what I mean by that is like there's gonna be people who are not willing to pay your service. And that's fine, you know. It's gonna play out in the long run. It's gonna depend what type of clients you want. You want clients that are gonna pay for your service, or you're gonna want clients that are always gonna lowball you and get the misunderstanding what a detail is, instead of just be like, oh, I want a normal wash, you know, or no details, you know. Because if you keep charging them, let's say 50, 60 bucks, and let's say they go to another detailer and they'll be like, hey, I want this. For an example, I had a client that told me, hey, I want you to do a really good wash on my car. I just want a wash and wax and a basic interior. And she's like, what's the price for that? And I told her, oh, the starting price for a sedan is 200, you know. And she's like, oh, why so much? I asked her, well, wash and wax is a detail. Terminology, a wash and wax is like a detail, meaning like a clay bar, making the rough paint into a smooth surface and adding like let's say a sealant or a wax or a polish. And well, in that moment is a wax. So what the wax does, it gives like a nice finish, and then it gives them like a protection for like 2 or 3 months. It's gonna beat off any acid rain, let's say any sprinkling rains, or any poop stains from birds and stuff like that. It's gonna protect it from like staining on your paint and making it like ruined.
So Oliver, did she end up getting your service?
Oh, she was just like, oh, okay, I'll let you know because I have a Tesla and I want to do on that too, you know? And I told her, what was a wash and wax in your terms? And she was like, oh, just like a wash and wax. And when I thought about them, like, what does she mean by that? In that moment, I thought about like, oh, soap. A lot of detailers be using wash and wax soap, you know? So I was like, oh, so I'm like, oh, I think I know what you mean. When I told her at the end, I cut her off in that moment. I kind of cut her off when she was talking. Even though sometimes that's not good, but like, you know, just to get out the way, I had to, you know. I was like, I think you mean wash and wax soap. I know there's a wash and wax soap. And she's like, yeah, I think that's what I got. I'm like, okay, perfect. With that, you're gonna have to get a mini detail or a detail service by me first. And then I'll put you my maintenance plans, you know. Because, you know, nowadays people just want a quick wash, and then it's like, I don't want to be known for that, you know. I want to be known for like, hey, mini detail or maintenance wash, you know. But you have to be already my plan, and I had to done a detail or a mini detail. But don't get me wrong, guys, I don't be charging, like, say, always 200 bucks, you know. You can get my cheapest price, which is 120 for a sedan, a mini detail, and then you go get a wash and wax with the cheapest 200 for a sedan. But right now I'm running the special for 160 for a sedan and 170 for this type of mini SUVs and 180 for a large truck.
Do you feel you have to be patient when explaining things to customers?
Oh, you always gotta be like, you always gotta be careful. You always gotta guide through your clients. You always gotta let them know what the actual terminology is for them to actually know what a detailing is and what is not, you know.
The customer says, hey, I just want a simple car wash. Mm-hmm. Do you educate them, or do you be like, we don't do that, have a good day?
I tell them, I try to be in the most respectful way, because nowadays people always take the wrong hint when you try to like actually be real with them, when it's just, that's not really how you try to throw it, that's just really you know, you just like keep it simple, you know. And my ways, I had to learn how to change my way of talking to people, because like my mom said, you're always too real, you know. you say it, but you don't mean it like in a mean way. You just say just to say, you know, and that's not good for business. I had to change the way I talk, the attitude, you know. Don't get me wrong, starting your business is not easy sometimes, you know, but the ways, you just learn, you know, and then it just gets like a habit and you get used to it at the end of the day, you know. All right, another one is, guys, there's always so many detailers that are always doing the most, you know. People say they're faking it, you know. Well, there's many different ways of detailing, guys. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is the right way, you know, because I don't want people to misunderstand what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say, there's always gonna be two types of detailers, you know. No, three types. The one that's learning, the one who doesn't care, and the one who's like passionate for detailing. It all depends what you guys trying to be, you know. Are you guys trying to be quick money and let's go, or are you guys trying to be known for your work, or are you guys trying to be like, nah, I don't care, I'm just, you know, I'm just doing it to do it, you know. That's gonna show the difference between you guys, and that's gonna show the type of work that you guys gonna be. Or he's gonna be doing during your business, along with your business. That's what I'm trying to say. Know what you're trying to be, you know. Know what you're trying to be known for. That's what I tell people, you know. Your work is gonna show different, and people are gonna understand where you are, you know. Luckily, this past 2 months, you know, all I've been doing was just details every week, you know, at least a lot. And like, unfortunately, when it's times like this, it slows down, you know. But you're gonna have some clients, your maintenance washes, that's gonna keep money flowing in. So that's one of the best things about it, you know. As well as, let's say, detailers are gonna be charging 30 bucks, 20 bucks because it's winter time, so they're trying to make quick cash. You can do that as well, you know, but like, you don't really make nothing because you're wasting your investment, you know. You're wasting the money that you invested to make money. Instead, you're wasting double the chemical. You're being there longer. You're working with closed doors when it's windy time. Like right now, it's pretty, not that windy, but we're under a tunnel, you know, so it's kind of somewhat air. That I have to close the door before dust goes in again, you know. Once I open it again after the wash and clean the windows, that's gonna be one of the things that I'm looking out for, you know, having only one door open per time. So not a lot of dust could go in, but after I do the final wipe down, it'll be less work for me, you know, because I have to do a final wipe down once I open the door again, you know.
You mentioned there's 3 different types of detailers out there.
Uh-huh.
A lot of detailers, a lot of people start the detailing business because they want to make that quick money.
Yeah.
Break their hearts, Oliver. What do you got to tell them, bro?
Nah, like, you know, you're not gonna make that quick money just because you see people charging for this price, you know. There's gonna be clients that know detailing, so they're gonna expect that perfect job that you be explaining to. Clients be like, hey, it's gonna come out this and this and that, you know. There's gonna be clients that you can do like somewhat work and they won't notice, you know. Like I said, you know, like, you gotta be real with your clients, you know. I mean, there was times that I kind of didn't do 100% good because it wasn't their climate or something, but I always telling them, hey, if you don't like something, I'll do it for you. Or I tell them, hey, this is how much I took off during the time I did your detail. I know I couldn't get it done, but I got, you know, most of it out, you know, a big difference to it, you know. You gotta be real with your clients, you know, let them know, hey, you know, it's gonna come out, but it's gonna sometimes gonna go away, or it's just gonna be less of a difference, you know. Just be real with your clients.
You think detailers who start for the money are gonna make it in the long run? Or depends?
I never really went through that way. I did try to make good money, so I took a class for it. But like overall, nah, the money's gonna come in. Just be patient, you know, nothing's gonna come in quick, you know. It's just like when you're about to work out, you know, you're not gonna see no progress the next day. Probably might see it during the 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or like a month in, you know, but like it all depends the way you're marketing yourself, the way you're making your name for yourself. Like the way I'm doing right now, like thankfully I took the advantage of booking Reyes. So it's like, for me, this is one way of promoting my business. Not in a way that I'm really doing a lot of work, but I am doing a lot of work, don't get me wrong. This takes time out of your day, you know. At the end of the day, it's worth it. It's a long-term run. It takes time, you know. Not a lot of people that are at the top level. I'm not even at the top level. I'm just saying, you know, it's like I'm getting pretty known, and I'm working my way up there to be one of the best, you know. So it's like, it just takes time, you know, and nothing's gonna happen. I've been full-time for almost 3 years. It's going good, you know. It just takes time. Next thing I want to do is a shop. So it's like, this right now is like getting in there. Later in the long run, it's gonna be a shop. Detailing is not always gonna be like a summer job. You know, it can be like a passion. You can do from detailing to like doing vinyls. Let's say at a shop. I mean, I'm saying you can be mobile, like mobile detailer, mobile PPFing or stuff like that. You know, mobile wrapping as well at a shop. So that's what I'm trying to be. You know, the way you guys think is gonna show later in the future as well. Oh, that's the dark side of detailing, guys. I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope you guys tune in for the next video. Like, subscribe, and comment under this video. I hope you guys can show a lot of love. You know, comment under what the next video should be. You know, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna do a raffle soon as well. So stay tuned with that, guys. Once I hit 500 followers, just subscribe. You know, stay tuned. Give me to 500 so we can hit that raffle.